Melody has been very active on her social media, specifically her TikTok and IG lives, and this time she's alleging that possibly one of her castmates, Stormi Steele, what's up, might be or might have always had a friendship with her ex's baby's mama, also aka Coleslaw, aka the other woman, aka Ariane Curry.
When a woman has been silent for too long, the truth begins to speak for itself. And this time, Melody Shari didn't hold back. The internet is on fire right now because Melody has finally spoken, not with cryptic quotes or quiet shade, but with real emotion. Her latest outburst towards Stormi Steele has left fans divided, shocked, and asking one question: what really happened between these two women who once called each other sisters? Because what started as a beautiful friendship on Love and Marriage Huntsville has turned into one of the most explosive fallouts in reality TV. And after months of rumors, silence, and speculation, Melody is done playing nice. She's pulling back the curtain and letting everyone know exactly how she feels about Stormi, the woman she once trusted, defended, and stood beside when the world was against her. But how did it all go so wrong? How did a bond that once looked so unbreakable turn into public chaos, shade-filled posts, and unfollowing wars on social media? Well, buckle up, because this story has layers: betrayal, loyalty, hidden tension, and the breaking point that made Melody finally go off.
Presenting her proof on social media, saying that allegedly this person was texting Ariane, thinking that they're texting Ariane, but it was a phone that Ariane used to have that Martell gave to his son.
Before all the drama and screenshots, before the TikTok tea and Instagram clapbacks, there was genuine love between Melody and Stormi. When Stormi Steele first joined Love and Marriage Huntsville, she came in as a breath of fresh air. A successful businesswoman, a creative force behind her brand Canvas Beauty, and someone who seemed to get Melody on a deeper level. Viewers saw them connect instantly. Two ambitious women, both determined to make something out of nothing.
What Melody is accusing a person on her cast, because I don't believe she even said person. No. She didn't say the person's name, but she did show video footage, which is so funny to me that she showed the video footage that we've been talking about when we were talking about Stormi and her lawsuit with Kyle. And I told you, I remember seeing her post this video of her getting a Tesla truck and...
Y'all, my damn jaw was on the floor. Like, what the like, it's the fact that he got my dream truck less than a month after I said I loved it. Like, how you even do that? Like, it's a Tesla Cyber truck. Like, what the...
Melody had just walked through the fire. Her divorce from Martell Holt was one of the most painful public breakups in reality TV history. She'd faced humiliation, infidelity, and endless online judgment. The woman had to rebuild her life from scratch, emotionally, mentally, and financially. And during that storm, Stormi seemed like the one friend who showed up without judgment. She supported Melody, cheered for her business, and even shared emotional moments that made fans believe this was the sisterhood Melody deserved.
I'm so glad Destiny called her out. And so who are they trying to text? Remember, this is a person thinking they're texting my ex's baby's mother. That's who they think they're texting.
Fans loved seeing that dynamic. Stormi came across as calm, balanced, and loyal, the kind of energy Melody needed after years of chaos. Together, they looked unstoppable. But in reality TV, nothing stays pure for long. Because behind those smiles and supportive posts, small cracks were forming, and what looked like innocent miscommunication slowly turned into distance, then tension, then betrayal. Then came the turning point. One day, out of nowhere, mysterious text messages surfaced, messages that connected directly to Melody's ongoing tension with another woman, Ariane Curry, Martell's ex-mistress. Melody received texts that were allegedly meant for Ariane, but ended up on a phone her child had used, a phone that was now in her possession. Those texts weren't innocent. They were shady, disrespectful, and full of gossip about Melody herself. The person behind those messages mocked Melody's behavior, referenced moments from the show, and sided with her enemies. But here's where things got wild. Melody noticed something about those messages. The tone, the language, the phrases, they sounded too familiar. So she did what any smart woman would do. She compared them with old texts she'd received from Stormi, and the similarities were shocking. The way the messages opened, the casual "hey girl" greeting, even the specific emojis, it was all too close for comfort. Melody's gut told her something was off. And when she realized the number had a Mississippi area code, Stormi's home state, the puzzle pieces started to connect. To confirm her suspicions, Melody made a bold move. She called the number and recorded the conversation. The voice on the other end sounded eerily like Stormi's. Fans later compared it to clips of Stormi's Instagram stories, and the resemblance was undeniable. When Melody shared that evidence online, people went crazy. The internet exploded. TikTok was flooded with theories. YouTube channels dissected every second of the audio, and fans took sides overnight. Some believed Melody 100%, saying she had every right to feel betrayed. Others argued she was reaching, that maybe it was a misunderstanding. But Melody wasn't backing down. She doubled down with more receipts, screenshots, and a calm yet icy tone that made it clear she wasn't playing games. She said, "When I say I've been quiet, it's because I've been observing. I've seen things, heard things, and now it's time to stop pretending." At the same time, Melody's followers showered her with support. They praised her for handling the betrayal with class, for not screaming or losing control, even when she had every reason to. But then, just when things started to cool off, another blow landed. Stormi posted a series of photos that included not just herself, but Martell Holt, Melody's ex, and Ariana Curry. It was the ultimate line-crossing moment. Fans were stunned. Melody was furious, and this time she wasn't going to stay silent. When Melody saw that post, she didn't lash out immediately. She took a moment, like she always does, to breathe, think, and plan her words carefully. Then she spoke. She went live, and for the first time in months, we saw the raw pain behind her smile. She said, "I've learned that not everyone who claps for you is happy for you. Some people only stand beside you because they need your light to shine on them." Her voice didn't shake. It was steady, calm, but heavy with emotion. She explained how she'd tried to protect her peace, how she'd kept certain things off social media for the sake of her kids, and how deeply it hurt to see someone she once called a sister cross the very boundaries she'd set. She didn't say Stormi's name at first, but everyone knew. The shade was sharp, the message was clear, and the energy was pure truth. Melody wasn't just addressing one woman. She was speaking for every person who's ever been betrayed by someone they loved and trusted. She talked about loyalty, about how silence can be a weapon, and about how fame can twist friendships into something ugly. Fans flooded her comments with support. Some said they could feel her pain through the screen. Others applauded her for staying poised, for not letting anger consume her. But underneath all the grace, it was obvious. Melody was done. This wasn't just about a friendship ending. This was about years of trust crumbling, about realizing that sometimes the people who sit closest to you are the ones holding the knife. The emotional impact of this feud goes far beyond gossip. For Melody, this was personal healing. She's been through public heartbreak, cheating scandals, and the pain of rebuilding her life under the spotlight. And now, to lose another friend, especially one who claimed to understand her struggles, it hit different. The betrayal didn't just wound her pride, it shook her ability to trust again. Stormi had once been there through Melody's hardest times, through tears, through arguments, through nights when Melody questioned if she could even keep going. That's why this cut so deep. It wasn't about who texted who or who posted what. It was about feeling like you opened your heart to someone, only for them to twist the knife when you least expected it. Fans could see the toll it took on Melody. She started moving differently, choosing her circle carefully, spending more time with her kids, and staying focused on her brand. She said in one of her posts, "When people show you who they are, believe them the first time." That one line spoke volumes. Because this wasn't the first time Melody had faced betrayal, but this time she wasn't breaking down. She was breaking free. Now here's where things get even more interesting. Stormi's silence, the thing that once made her seem calm, started to backfire. Fans began to view her quietness as guilt. Comments piled up under her posts. "Why aren't you saying anything?" Melody spoke her truth. "Where's yours?" Silence only makes you look worse. But Stormi held her ground. She later posted a vague message about not feeding negativity and choosing peace, but by then, the damage was done. The once shining image of their friendship had completely shattered. Even their families got dragged into the mess, with fans dissecting every interaction, every unfollow, and every like. People noticed Melody and Stormi no longer supported each other's businesses. No tags, no mentions, nothing but cold distance. And then came the moment that shook everything again. Melody's most recent public statement, the one where she truly went off. In a now viral clip, Melody said, "I stayed silent because I was protecting people who didn't deserve it. But God said, enough is enough. When you cross my boundaries, when you lie on my name, I will no longer protect your image." Boom! That line alone sent shockwaves through social media. Fans reposted it everywhere, calling it the end of fake friendships and the moment Melody reclaimed her power. And truly, that's what this was: power. Because for years, Melody's been the woman who takes the high road, the woman who stays calm when chaos hits. But this time, she let the world see that being quiet isn't the same as being weak. She had receipts, emotions, and the courage to speak up, even if it meant burning bridges. Now, people are wondering what's next. Will Stormi respond publicly? Will they ever mend things? Or is this the final chapter in what was once a powerful friendship? Right now, the signs point to distance, real, deep, emotional distance. Melody has made it clear she's focusing on her peace, her family, and her purpose. And honestly, can you blame her? After everything she's been through, the divorce, the custody battles, the constant public judgment, losing another friend might have been painful, but it also gave her clarity. Sometimes peace means losing people. Sometimes love means walking away. And maybe that's what Melody finally realized. The story of Melody and Stormi isn't just another reality TV fallout. It's a mirror of what happens in real life when success, pride, and trust collide. We've all had that one friend who switched up when the cameras weren't rolling, the one who smiled in our face but whispered behind our back, the one who didn't protect us when they had the chance. Melody's story resonates because it's about truth, about standing up for yourself when the world tells you to stay quiet. She's not the same woman she was a few years ago. She's wiser, stronger, and far less forgiving. And maybe this was her breaking point, not in pain, but in power. Because sometimes breaking silence isn't about revenge, it's about release. As Melody said in one of her most emotional lives, "I've been through hell, but I still rise. I'm not angry, I'm free." And that, right there, is the closure she needed, and the message every woman watching needed to hear. So now, the ball's in Stormi's court. Will she finally speak up, tell her side, and clear the air? Or will her silence keep fans guessing forever? Whatever happens next, one thing is clear: this friendship will never be the same. And in the world of love and marriage Huntsville, where every secret eventually comes to light, the truth is the one thing you can't silence. What do you think? Was Melody right to go off? Did Stormi really betray her? Or is there more to the story that we don't know yet? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for all the latest updates, because if there's one thing we've learned about this cast, the drama is far from over.